Hey YouTube family, this is Jerome. I'm back again with another video. It's been a few weeks since I've done my last one. It may have been over a month ago, but I'm back again and I'm going to title this video, What's My Name? Well, today I went on YouTube, like I usually do. Every now and then I go in and see if, any new videos are out or if someone's responded to one of my videos. And I looked in my inbox and I saw that a young man posted a reply to one of my videos. As a matter of fact, it was my first video that shares my testimony about coming free from homosexuality. And the young man who posted on my video made a comment saying that I still sounded gay and that I would never, ever, he said ever in caps, be free from homosexuality. So I was like, really? You really posted that? Now, mind you, I have to approve all my comments on YouTube before they post to my page. So I actually deleted it after reading it. But before I deleted it, I sent him a reply. And I told him basically, I was being very sarcastic because I can be sarcastic sometimes. So I did, sarcastically tell them, oh, thank you for telling me that I was gay. I didn't realize it. So let me just go back to the old lifestyle and, find another man to sleep with. But after that, I said that, I'm not going to believe anything that you say because you don't know my God. My God is a deliverer. He has delivered me. He's changed my heart. He's changed my mind. So, I was like, whatever. So, I basically said, if you one day want to come out of that lifestyle, hit me up. Other than that, there's nothing for us to talk about. This same person had posted another video talking about Jesus being gay, so or responded to it. So I'm like, am I really gonna entertain myself with that person? Now, had that been about 5 years ago, my reaction would have been totally different. Instead of just laughing at the ignorance of that post, I would have been very, very upset. I would have been very, very confused because that was where my mindset was. I recall a time when I first was coming out of the lifestyle. It may have been a few months after I finally stopped having sex with men. And at the time, I was a customer service representative at my job. I'm now a manager, but at the time, I was a customer service representative. And I was talking to one of the customers, and the customer did not like what I had to say to them. I think they may have wanted something, and I wasn't able to give it to them. So, and this was a female who was talking to me, and she, just blurted out, "You're a fag." And I had just frozen up. It's not like I never heard that term before, but you know, as an adult, I really never heard that term being used on me. So I just froze and I just hung up on her. Just to be real, I just hung up on her. I was just so upset. I was so emotional. And people wondering why, well, is he really gay? I was like, no, I'm not gay. And, the truth of the matter is at the time I wasn't, but I was still going through emotions because, I was still trying to come out and, I had fallen back a couple of times. So I was wondering, am I? Is this all in vain? So my mindset was totally different. I was insecure. I was still suffering from low self esteem. So I was like, maybe I am gay. I was very upset and offended. But now, to the guy who posted on that video, Well, thanks for your opinion and thanks for sharing, but your opinion means nothing to me. And I'm glad that I no longer have to get approval from someone else to tell me whether or not I'm gay or not. I have my identity with God, and with that, I know who I am. And it doesn't matter if I'm homosexual or heterosexual. I mean, that's not my goal. My goal is to live holy. And I feel that I'm doing that. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter, that he says that. And the reason why I post this video is because, like I said, in the past, someone telling me, defining me as gay would upset me. But now it doesn't because I know what my name is. So the question is, what is your name? Is your name holy? Is your name sacred name? Is your name God's child? Or do you let others define who you are? Do you let someone call you a hoe? Do you let someone call you a drunk, a druggie, a liar, a cheat? What's your name? Well, I mean, you have the choice to answer to what you feel like you are. If you feel like that you're gay, then you're going to answer to that. If you feel like that you are a hoe, you're going to answer that name. If you feel like you're a druggie, you're going to answer that name. But if you know that you're not that, then you're not going to answer that name. You're going to say, that's not my name. My name is whatever. Your name is holy. Your name is righteous. Your name is forgiven. So my advice to you is, I made this mistake when I was younger, and even as an adult, I made this mistake. I allowed people to define who I was based on what they thought of me, based on what they saw, what they appeared to see from me. When I was 12 years old, when those guys called me Kool-Aid, I mean, I had no desires to be with another man. I knew nothing about homosexuality or being gay. I knew what a sissy was, but I mean, I didn't connect that with, having sex with men. So people spoke that on me, and I began to believe what I was. So I don't want anyone to ever make that mistake that I made. And, that lived with me for almost 20 years. So I don't want anyone to deal with what I had to deal with and suffer how I had to suffer. So don't let anyone tell you who you are. You need to know who you are. You need to know that you're God's child. So I wish that I could talk to a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, 14-year-old who gets teased in school, and people call you gay, people call you a lesbian, people call you dirty when they don't know anything about you. Don't, parents, don't let other kids talk bad about your kids. And don't you talk bad about your kids either. You love them, you treat them with love and respect, and that's all I can say. I mean, I'm thankful that my mother did that, but I mean, there were a lot of people around me who didn't do that when I was younger. So, and that affected me in a negative way. So, I mean, people say that sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never, or names will never hurt you. That's a lie from the devil. That's the most false statement I've ever heard. They can hurt you, they can affect you in a positive way, then they can affect you in a negative way. So you've got to make sure what you speak on your child. When you say that your child, you tell your child you're just like your dad, you're not going to amount to anything, that could be a negative thing for that child to hear. And then next thing you know, that child is having kids out of wedlock, smoking, getting high, getting arrested for burglary or drug possession or driving under the influence, anything like that, or murder or anything, because they didn't think that they amount to the Hillbillies because their parents or their friends or other family members didn't think anything of them. So my advice to you is to speak life to people. Don't say that they're gay, or don't say that, they are worthless. That's not true. If you are here on this earth right now, you were made for a purpose. God wants you here for some reason to edify His kingdom. You were not a mistake. I don't care if your mother had an abortion, wanted to have an abortion, or wanted to give you up for adoption. I mean, it doesn't matter. You are here right now. If you're watching me on this video right now, you have a purpose in life. You need to ask God what that purpose is. Don't let anyone say that you are gay, or that you're a bad person. You can be whatever you want to be, as long as you put your mind into it and ask God to direct your steps. You can be anything that God designed you to be. I promise you, you can. So just keep the faith. Don't let anyone negatively talk about you. Whenever you do that, just brush off your shoulder. Don't entertain those thoughts. You need to live holy and stay holy. I no longer let people define who I am. You can call me gay all you want to. That's to anyone. You can say that I'm still sleeping around, I'm gonna fall or whatever. It doesn't matter with me anymore, because I know who I am in Christ. So don't just take my advice. Do as I'm doing now. Don't let anyone tell you who you are. If you know who you are in God, then there's nothing you need to worry about. Anything that anyone else says, it doesn't matter. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to give a special shout out to a young man who hit me up about the same video, and he's going through the same thing that I've gone through in terms of being teased about sexuality. Fortunately, he hasn't done what I did in allowing that to affect him and give in to his desires. So I'm not gonna say his name. I know I have privacy, but and you know who you are because you sent me some messages. So to that young man, I thank you for responding back to me, and I pray that this video, as well as the other videos that I've done about my testimonies, have helped you. And like I said, to anyone who is going through what he's gone through, what I've gone through, know that let me tell you, you're not gay, you're not worthless, you're not a druggie. You're a child of God, and God has purpose for you. Well, that's all I have, and till next time, God bless.